When we come back, we hear how Edna Manley College is striking a bold new chord with a groundbreaking music studio project. We'll speak with our friend Gussie. She'll come. But she responded on his number, so we're going to talk afterwards. All right, folks, today we are highlighting an exciting and timely project on the way at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Joining us to tell us more, our renowned producer and bow-legged Augustus Gussie Clarke.
It's not a lie.
Bow-legged Dr. Roger Williams, who is the Dean of the School at
None
Music.
of them, by the way, were cited in any of the cases we just mentioned.
Gussie said, I'm fine, right, man.
By the way, I just want to thank Sir Gussie. I've always held him in high esteem, but this morning he came in and he, was just making an observation about the fact that every time we play a game on this program, although Smile Jamaica advances the principles of integrity and honesty, I am robbed by my co-host. And so I just want to thank you, Sir Gussie, for that.
Truth is the truth, man. It might hurt somewhere, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Gussie need to put on him glasses. Again, morning to you both.
Morning.
Let me start with you, Dr. Roger. What are we talking about here this morning?
Well, we're talking about a recording studio project at the Edna Manley College, and of course led by Gussie Clarke. That's his initiative. I didn't ask him to do it, and he decided that he was going to come and build a studio.
Oh, build a studio.
He's going to
But I thought you guys would have had a studio or two already.
We have been in existence for years. We have...
How old is Edna now?
Edna Manley College, well, as a college, we started in 1976. Right, as a college, so our 60th anniversary coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And
no studio?
But of course, School of Music started in 1961. Visual Arts School, I think it's 1950 or somewhere there, so it's the older school. But we came together in 1976 to form Edna Manley College.
I mean, when you think
Cultural
about...
Training Center, if you remember the
Yes.
So by 1995 is when we changed the name. But however, we have not had a recording studio. We have had, as you know, numerous performers and educators coming out of the School of Music. And
trouble now, Gussie, when you finish.
We have to rent studio space to do some of our projects and that sort of stuff. And that's where Gussie Clarke.
Gussie, why you wanted to do this?
For me, I'm a giver by nature. And I give to the deserving, not necessarily needy, but sometimes they are the same. And indirectly, I've been dealing with it now for about 30 odd years. I knew before preceded Roger, and I knew they wanted to do a studio. And I keep wondering, what happened? How come? Why? What happened? And I start do some background research and find out. And sometimes they're doing projects they might run in the studio, and I'm like, the prestige of this cultural entity in the Caribbean, and them not have a studio. To me, clear is a disgrace, right? I'm just like, we have the technical team. We have a technical team. We have the experience. And I believe that a lot of people who have benefited from this industry should be willing and would be willing to give back. So I reach out to, I did a little field research in my own way to 1 and 2. People who have the ability to give. I don't know how willing they are to give, but the ability. I have not had a no. So I'm like, yeah, this can work. And then I say, understanding our culture, because one of the things will work for me. I understand the culture, and I didn't want people to think like, okay, Gussie Clarke want people money for build a studio, the Gussie Clarke studio at Edna. So I put my money where my mouth is, and I put up 100,000 US and say, I could start the ball rolling. I have started procuring the equipment, all the technical persons. You have Brian Morris from Plexus Designers and Plexus Architects and Planners come in, did some drawings. So the ball rolling. I'm just waiting now for other people to come in. But the one thing I'd like for it to be clear, how far we're going to go will be dependent upon the sponsorship received.
What you raise.
So, and I don't want to say a studio because a studio. I like to say a world-class studio.
Of course.
And that is the intent. That's the only reason why I'm involved, is to giving back. To me, it's a mission, it's a journey, it's an obligation to something that has given me and so many others like me something. But it's not new, I put it in another way. Something I hear some artists up on stage, how they melt the industry, and they bust so much artists, and well, we are both Edna. So it's a good look.
I mean, Edna has churned out some top-notch performers, musicians. I mean, everybody who's touring these days is artists.
Pretty much.
Come on, Edna.
Can you imagine the effect we have on the culture, generations to come? You're going now creating a greater set of people who have the understanding of how the business and the technical end should be, and then we influence the next generation. The only thing can come out of it is
good. So what kind of money does it take to build a studio like the one that you envision? World class?
I figure a minimum of about 400,000 US minimum, because you want to build something of world class.
Right.
But the beautiful thing, the building is already there. This is why I couldn't get it. The building's down there for years. So why the powers that be don't be, you know? So me not be, me I see and make it happen.
Okay, nobody with the one bag talking. Yeah, got it.
Here's what I don't understand. Well, no, I shouldn't say it that way. What you want to do, because you say what will happen is how far the money goes. So there are studios and there are studios. Not studio. Well, it's a studio. There are studios, there are studios. So the high end would be the 400,000 you're talking about?
Pretty much so. High end, reasonable, proper, right, everything okay. But it's a little bit more than that, because even when we're done, we intend to provide some training with them in how to administrate it, how to keep the place.
But also, isn't there a possibility now, Gussie and Doc, that it can be